As coming from human resources, I talk about careers, interviews, job search. Today I'm trying something different. Actually, I'm combining two things. Before, I did one makeup video and then one talking about the career. It was like a podcast. So today I'm going to combine makeup and podcast talking about how to prepare for an interview. So first time I'm trying. I'm not gonna follow any structure. I will just talk about interview skills. I have a little guidebook in front of me. I may look into that time to time to get some tips. That's my cheat sheet. All right. So at least once in their lives, I think at least once, everybody is gone through an interview, interviews are important. So interviews help us to land to a position. Everybody who goes to interview hopes that it goes well and then they land the job that they really, really dream of. Nobody goes an interview thinking that, oh, maybe I don't want this job. I'm not going to get this job. Even though there is this possibility, when they go to interview, they always hope that the job is good, they're going to like him, and then, they will get the job and they will land the job of their dreams, right? So it's a very positive feeling, but at the same time, it's a very, very stressful feeling. It's one of the most stressful events to go to an interview. I am sure you're gonna be agree with me. Once I was in an interview for an HR position, human resources position, and human resources manager was interviewing me. So it's like the HR to HR, one of the hardest things to do. And then at the end of the interview, what he told me that I never forgot. He said that, you know what? Of all times that you were talking about yourself and your experiences, I was thinking only one thing, which I want to share with you too. And he said that I was only thinking if I can work with you. Can you imagine? I was answering all the questions. I was trying to give my best answers and I was trying to be my best version of myself, and he was only thinking one thing. Can I work with this person? That's very important. You should do the same thing, especially if you're interviewing with the hiring manager, the direct manager of the position. You should think, can I work with this person? Of course, you cannot understand only with one interview, but it's a feeling. And I'm not saying that if you don't feel like walk away, I'm not saying that. But most of the time, hiring managers are thinking about that. Is this person a good fit for the company? That means, can he or she fit with the company culture? Can they work here? Can they really get along well with the colleagues, other people, other workers in the company? Can he talk the same values? Can he adapt the same values? So what happens is, when you go to an interview, they are evaluating you as a person, as well as they are evaluating your background, your skills, all of your skills, your education, your experiences, etc., etc. When it comes to the experience, I want to give you an example. There is a saying in Europe, if you take a resume, it's called CV in Europe, CV. If you take a CV, or in Turkish it says özgeçmiş, you have to higher up because people are modest. They don't put everything on their CV because they think, oh, this is a little thing. It's not very important. You know, everybody does that. So they really hide some of their skills. They think that it's not really too important for the employer. And in America, in the United States, when people read the resumes, I mean the CVs, they lower it down because this is the country of marketing. So everybody highlights everything, whatever they have in life. So it's really a shining market. I will give you an example. For the last 20 years, I've been writing resumes for people. There was a candidate that he wasn't sure about his experience, that he wasn't sure that he was going to find a job in the United States. So he was eligible to work by any employer in the United States. And then, he had a nice resume, but all of his work experience was in Turkey. And then this is a country that they really value experience in here within the United States. If you have experience in other countries, they still value, yes, okay, they take into consideration, but it's not as big as if you have an experience within the country. So he was upset. He said that I know my skills, I am a very hardworking person, but because all of my work experiences are in Turkey, I don't think I have any opportunity or like strength to show my abilities here. Then we talked about his education and, his other qualities. And then I found out that during his master's in the United States, he actually did a project for IMF, which is like everybody knows. So that kind of experiences are important. So I said, what did you do for IMF? He said, when I was in the MBA in finance, I was involved in a project, and this project is used by IMF. So we submitted there. So I said, okay, this is a work experience. See? He said, how? It was during my MBA. I said, doesn't matter. IMF is a very well-known organization in the world, not in the United States, in the world, and you did a project for them. So, okay, now I cannot talk. I love this pencil. So we have to highlight that. And then he said, really, can we do this? Yes, we can. So just let you know, guys, resumes are a way of marketing. They are a way of marketing yourself. So they are legally bound when you use them for hiring purposes. For example, if they decide to hire you, they're going to have you sign some papers, legal papers, And on the legal papers, you're going to repeat everything. When you repeat everything, you have to put the exact dates and exact name of the companies, exactly what it is. If you work somewhere, or, if you studied, etc. But when you use resume as a marketing material, you can really highlight some experiences, but you can explain them during the interview. It's okay. It's legal. Nobody's going to punish you doing that. Even I've seen people using nicknames for their resumes. They don't put their whole legal name. They put the nicknames, because all resumes do is take attraction. The target of the resume is to get the interview. The target of the resume is not to get the job, to get the interview, to get the attraction from other people. So once you put in there everything, and then if you're taking the attraction, and if they're calling you for an interview, the resume reached the target. Okay? So don't be shy. You highlight all of your qualifications. You will have time to explain them one by one during the interview. But your first target is to get the interview. Sit down face to face with the hiring managers. This is your first target. Anyway, so we've changed his resume, and we put, we wrote down IMF as a work experience. Big puntos, bold, IMF. And then underneath, in the parentheses, we wrote down that it was a project. Okay? So recruiters look at the resumes only 20 seconds. 20 seconds. They want to see something highlighted. But if they see in this 20 seconds, it says IMF, they will call you. Or at least they're going to eliminate from others, and they will put in the A resumes. A resumes means that they can do the job. They have the right experience. B resumes are, if we cannot find the person that we are looking for among the A resumes, we can go B resumes. And then C resumes also, they might be hiring more than one person, or if they think A's are not good enough or they don't accept the job, they go for the B stock, and if they cannot find the person among the B stock, they can go to C stock. So always try to highlight yourself. So I'm gonna teach a hack here. You can really use the eyeshadow as a lipstick. To give some shine. For the long duration, I like mixing the colors. It's better than one color. I always mix the colors on lipstick, and I always mix the colors on the eyeshadow. Sesli kütüphane about is 21 high school 8 person looking the table and going to home every day will street journal. Okay. All right. So I was reading the comments. All right. So he got the job. He landed a very good job. Even though he didn't have any experience in the United States, he landed a very good job. Another example, that person also was from Turkey, and then he also didn't have any experience in the United States, and he didn't even have any education in the United States. So he was very, very pessimistic. He said that I don't know how I'm gonna find a job. I have no education, no experience in the United States. And in Turkey, I didn't work on the international companies, only, local companies. He worked in the automation industry, automobile industry. So then we were talking about his experiences in Turkey. And then I realized that he was working to a company that they did the parts, little parts for Mercedes. Okay, so I captured something. You have to go after names, company names that worldwide. Okay, I'm a little bit losing the connection. So, and then under Mercedes, we put the Turkish company's name, and we said, I was working at this Turkish company to complete the auto parts for Mercedes. And he landed a very, very good position in a very good company, even though he had no education or no experience in the United States. Okay, these are some examples to show you how you should highlight your experience and skills and education that you might think is not important because it's not the full thing. I didn't work for Mercedes. I didn't work for IMF. Maybe you didn't, but you did some things for them. So you can definitely put on your resume. Your idea on the resume is to take attention from the employers. They're gonna look at the resume at the first only for 20 minutes just to see if there is anything that's shining out there. So those names are very, very important. If they call you, no matter what kind of job you applied, no matter what kind of position or company it is, if they called you for an interview, that means they think that you can do the job, right? They think, they are sure that you can do the job. They just want to see you in person to make sure. So during the interview, self-confidence is very important. You have to show them that you have the self-confidence. And then actually, if you're invited for an interview, it should give you a lot of confidence, and you should make sure, you should be sure that they think that you can do the job. So go to interview knowing that they know that I can do the job. All you need to do during the interview to show them that you can fit with the company culture, you can get along well with the colleagues and managers. Everybody, actually, colleagues includes managers too. And you can learn quickly and you can obey the rules. But at the same time, you are not afraid to talk if you think something is wrong. If you can prove all of that beside your technical abilities and education and experience, you're hired. So do your homework very well before going to the interview. Research the company, research the position and the industry, and prepare yourself, know yourself very well, prepare yourself for some classic questions and get ready, and then you will get the job. Okay, in my next interviews, we will talk more about the interviewing skills, and we can even do mock interviews. If you're here with me on my live broadcast, whatever you ask, I will answer, and I will give you more tips about how to be good at the interviews. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and share my video with your friends. Bye bye.